Hey guys, I hope you didn't miss me too much. Last week I couldn't do a video because I was at the Philly Trans Hunt Conference, which was awesome, by the way. Anyways, I'm back now. I'm doing my weekly Thursday video, and this week we're talking about fitness. Now, my parents weren't the epitome of health or anything. They're quite chubby, and I have to work twice as hard to be as fit as I can. And I just recently started actively, seriously working out, at least to gain some muscle. And 2 weeks in, there's not really much I can show you because this is all I have. But now I'm starting to see a bump over here, so that's nice. I have muscle, it's just mostly covered along fat, so that's something I have to work on. And I have skinny forearms, and I'm trying to work on that too. Now, basically what I've been using is bodybuilding.com. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. It's a great resource. I highly recommend it, especially it helps when you're tracking your workouts and you get to make yourself accountable of these things. And it makes you less likely to flake out and say, hey, I don't want to go to the gym because I feel tired. So if you already have a gym membership, I would highly recommend taking advantage of that. If you're serious about gaining some muscle, I would recommend maybe a workout buddy who's slightly more experienced than you that could show you like the forms of depending on what you want. Generally, what I would recommend for beginners is to start on the machines. And don't try to go a weight too heavy for yourself. Form is better than having a weight that you can't really lift properly. So form before weight. That's the golden rule. Because you don't want to injure yourself either. So, especially if like you're gonna try using barbells, I would highly recommend talking to somebody on how to use them properly, especially if you're doing the squats, bench presses, or deadlifts. You don't want to strain a muscle and be out of the gym for a couple, maybe several days. So that's all I can really recommend. It's more diet than anything else. If you're trying to lose weight, it's more diet than actual exercise, but of course, doing some cardio might help it along. And there's different ways of cardio. You can switch it up if one of them gets too boring. If you get too bored of walking on the treadmill, there's always the elliptical, or you can try the rowing machine. That's actually pretty fun. You look like you're on the sea and everything. You're pulling, and it's kind of like a full body workout as well. And if you don't like those, there's always the stationary bike, which personally I enjoy because it feels like I'm actually cycling and all that. But I'm already skinny enough, so that's I'm not really into cardio right now. But if you want to build muscle, you have to eat. You have to eat a lot to gain some muscle, especially lean protein, lean meats, and vegetables. Basically, you got to go on the paleo diet. Basically, no processed foods. Really don't eat too much junk food, no more candy and stuff. Even just cutting out soda would drop the pounds actually. But what I would recommend is lots of protein. You have to eat more. If you're trying to build muscle, you have to eat more than what you're using because muscle doesn't come out of nowhere. You have to eat above your maintenance levels. And I would use MyFitnessPal, the app, for this to track what you eat and everything and see how many calories you're currently using at maintenance level. Now, if your goal is to lose fat and weight, you have to eat less than what you're using. It's literally 80% diet and 20% exercise. Now, exercise might speed things along if you're on it for maybe 30 minutes, but even better if you can do high interval intensity training where you can go slow, literally normally for 3 minutes, and then 1 minute you're literally doing it as intense as you can, and then you repeat the cycle at 3 minutes normal speed and the 1 minute giving it all you got. And that's basically the most effective way to burn fat. And of course you got to be consistent, because if you just do it for one day, and you just stop, obviously you know nothing's gonna happen. You have to give it a couple of months, because despite what you see on Instagram with the trans guys, they've been doing it for several months before they started T, and now T is just showing them quicker results. So if you want some motivation, check Instagram. Barbells and FTMs is one good handle, but otherwise progress at your own pace. And Try not to do things without asking somebody or even looking online how to do the proper form. You don't want to hurt yourself. And that's really all I can recommend. I'm not like very experienced because I'm still starting out, but after reading a couple articles, I could have given you a couple advice. Remember, be consistent. You're gonna see results maybe after a month, so you gotta be consistent. Don't work out every day. You're gonna overtrain, and it's actually gonna make your muscles shrink as opposed to what you want. So cardio, you can kind of like go all out, but I would give like maybe like 2 rest days a week. So, but for muscle building, depending on how you're training, if you're doing a full body workout, I would only do that 4 times a week at most. But if you're doing training splits, you can do it every other week, and then take the weekend, one of the weekend days off for rest. Because, and don't forget, eating diet is super important. You'll see faster results if you keep your diet in check and remove everything that's not supposed to be in your diet out of arm's reach. Have people hide things or something if they have to. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say this week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. I know I will. It's my birthday. So, peace.